Happy Gemini season.
It's
Hello,
our
June.
birthday month. Oh, I'm not very good at harmonizing. I'm sorry.
It's 2 days from my birthday, 3 days from yours, and 4 days from
Woo-hoo!
our live show.
Yes, that's right. We have one more time to promote that. So we're doing a birthday benefit bash, I think is what Em called it. We are doing a live show on Zoom. So you guys should come join us. I think the link is, bit.ly
.atwdb bash.
or slash, yeah,
Slash.
ATWWD.
It's also in our Instagram bio.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Just go there. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's going to be super fun. So we're doing a live show again for people who are just hearing about this. It is through Zoom. It is a $10 donation. It's all 100% of the proceeds are going to COVID relief.
Yeah.
And it is going to be super fun. It has nothing to do with the Here for the Booze tour. So if you have tickets for that, still get tickets for this.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But yeah, it's going to be fun. We're all going to hang out. Tickets should still be available. So please come.
Yeah, we would love that. And we are very excited to celebrate our birthdays with you. And
Christine,
what?
I got to say something.
What?
Okay, first of all, I have two announcements. One of them everyone saw on Instagram last night, but I'm like fucking losing my mind over.
What?
So I know you saw it because you DM'd me and you're like, what is going on? So
I already forget.
So my friend Cece back home got me.
Yes. Oh, I saw this.
So if you've ever listened to me on Instagram, I have said before, like during Instagram lives or Marvel Mondays, people have asked what my biggest fear is. I fucking hate fish. Like I hate fish. It stops me from like going in the ocean and in lakes. Like I refuse to be in bodies of water with fish. I literally have a fear of eating fish because I'm afraid it's going to literally come back to life and flounder around in my stomach.
This is real. Like Em has told me this in sincere confidence before.
I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like I need to probably
go to
like
natural phobia.
It's not.
It's okay. It's not normal per se.
Well,
but
I know when I was 3, I had a really bad fish that a goldfish like ate me alive, and it's fucked
had a
with
bad
me ever
fish.
Since. A bad dream. Sorry.
Oh. I had you like ate some bad salmon or something.
No. I had a dream that a fish tried to eat me alive, and I know that was the beginning of this.
Well, yeah, I don't blame you.
And but so anyway, my friend Cece, she's known me since we were like 8 years old, and she knows how much I hate fish. And so apparently she saw this thing on Instagram, and she was like, "You know who would hate this, Em?" And so sent it to me for my birthday. And so these are my brand new favorite sandals.
They're horrific.
Flip-flops, which apparently are called fish flops.
I was gonna say it's a good pun there. Yeah.
And also like their tail like flips up so it holds your foot in and all that.
It's like a fish. If you're not watching this on YouTube, it's like it looks like an actual fish, like shiny, has gills, so and it's for your foot.
This is the green one. They have different colors and they're all different types of fish. Like the pink one is salmon. They have like a blue tuna
your favorite
one.
Color.
That's true. And it definitely looks like my exact nightmare fish.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to eat you.
So anyway, I'm excited about that. And also, my other announcement is also a birthday thing for you, which I can't tell you yet, but I'm so stressed about it because it's so close to our birthdays. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be done in time, but that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
But in the middle of the night, I made a really wild quarantine purchase for you. And
oh my God. Okay.
I texted Eva about it and I was like, I don't even know why I did this.
Okay. This makes me very intrigued.
But it's going to be interesting. I don't know how to explain it to
I'm
you.
so excited. Your last gift. Well, I don't want to reveal anything, but I think everything's in place for your birthday now.
Oh, good. I literally found this thing last night.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting it tomorrow.
What is it?
Just to totally throw you off, I'm literally going to rent a U-Haul tomorrow and pick it up.
No. What? And what?
And what? It also like, it's a little, I don't want to say too much, but it's like a random thing I saw and I was like, it makes no sense. It has nothing to do with Christine, but I'm going to turn it into something for Christine.
Oh my God. I'm so excited and nervous.
It was just the stupidest thing I've ever done, but I've decided it has to happen now and there's no turning back.
You got me really excited. I cannot wait. Well, so we haven't decided.
I finished your birthday presents like 2 weeks ago and I was like, I am so like fucking prepared. Shit is handled. Like
That's
I think
the danger.
Most
of
of it's
being
already been
prepared.
mailed to you, right? You've gotten a lot of
I
it?
got one, and Blaze was like, and you had put a different name on it, and Blaze was like,
Yeah.
I don't know who this is. And I was like, I don't either. And we almost like sent it back.
I
Because you had
texted
texted
you.
me like in the middle of us moving, and I was like, I don't like, I was like, what in the world? And then I just like dismissed it. But since we're at a new house, we just assumed it was like an old owner or something. It like didn't hit right away. And then I was like, oh, that's from M. And Blaze was like, I don't
Mhm.
even want to know what's going on.
Anyway,
But yes, we
so
received one of them. But oh my gosh, this is very exciting. We're going to do, I think, a gift exchange for Patreon, right?
yeah,
We just haven't scheduled it yet. So,
no. But most things that makes me a little nervous because I got notifications saying that things definitely shipped to you. Oh, shipped, maybe not delivered. Okay, we're fine.
yeah.
But I'm very excited about this weird ass thing. It literally, I'm telling you, when I first saw it, I was like, I love it and I need it and I don't have any reason for it because it has nothing to do with you or me. And I was like, I need to I need to find a reason for why this would make sense. And so now I'm like using my like art skills and like trying to like
What?
trying
Oh
to
my God,
make
I'm
it into something that makes
so
sense.
excited. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm excited to see it. Hey, Em, I have some good news because I'm pretty sure you and I both have a butthole, right?
I do. I think it'd be odd if you didn't. But yes, we both have buttholes. Maybe the people listening to us have buttholes.
I would think so. Well, I will say that it's hard to believe that when we use a bathroom in this country, pretty much all of us wipe instead of washing. And if you think about it, that seems kind of medieval. And so that is
Yes.
why, yeah, and I'm really excited about our new sponsor, which is Tushy.
So for years, bidets have been available, but hideously expensive, costing thousands of dollars. But the Hello Tushy Modern Bidet attachment is here to bestow the blessings of bidets to everyone.
Woohoo! Hello Tushy cleans your butt with a precise stream of fresh water for just $79. Worth it.
It attaches to your existing toilet and requires no electricity or additional plumbing and cuts toilet paper use by 80%, which like hello, we're all in a quarantine and
Uh-huh.
toilet paper is GONE. So this is just the perfect way to solve that crisis in your life.
It's true. I got mine like right when the quarantine was hitting, and I was like, this is the best investment of my life, truly. And now it's all normal in our household. We use it, and it's honestly changed the game. So I can say very confidently, I think you guys will really enjoy it. So why don't you do what we did and join millions of happy Hello Tushy customers right now and have a clean butt with every flush like we do?
Go to hellotushy.com/drink to get 10% off. This is a special offer for our listeners. Go to hellotushy.com/drink for 10% off.
That's hellotushy.com/drink.
That's all. Anyway, welcome to our listeners episode of the month.
Hello, everyone. We are
For
going to
peop-
read fun stories that you sent in.
You nailed it.
What?
No,
Sorry.
no, I mean that's basically it. That's what a listener's episode is, I guess. But if you are new here, we do this on the first of every month. And
Yes.
you can also submit your own stories to and that's why we drink at gmail.com, or you can also send them through our website, and that's why we drink.com.
And I believe sometimes yes, I sometimes force themes into the episodes. But I believe this time we just yelled birthday. So Eva found birthday stories.
Yeah, it's Gemini season. There was no other way this was going to happen. Always expect once a year there will be a birthday theme.
We'll get through it together, everyone. Don't worry.
So, and Eva said that there is a bonus episode or a bonus story at the end of this episode.
Ooh, okay.
Excited. So I'll start off. The first story is from, Tori, she, her pronouns. Thank you for normalizing pronouns. And the subject is birthday cakes get messed up by ghost.
Okay.
So,
That's
story,
like very yeah, on point, on theme.
very on brand. So, Tori says, "Hi, and that's why we drink family. Since you asked for party themed stories, maybe that's what we did.
Oh,
Party themed stories.
Sure.
I thought I'd share my family's ghostly tradition. Ever since I was a little kid, I have never really had a nice, perfect birthday cake, and they always get crushed or they topple over somehow. Oh, sounds like a cursed cake.
Yeah.
One instance that really stands out to me is my birthday. I think I was maybe 10 or so, and my mom and I were at the grocery store picking out a cake for my birthday the next day. As we were standing in the checkout line, my cake, which was well within the cart and couldn't have slid out, lifted itself and fell onto the floor, still in the carton."
What? Okay.
This is when I first remember my mom telling me about our cake curse. Apparently my grandmother used to drop birthday cakes all the time,
Oh
and
my
so
gosh.
every year our birthday cakes get messed up one way or another, and if they don't get messed up, we specifically screw them up by stabbing them with forks because apparently it's good luck for us.
Aw, that's cute.
So if a cake gets messed up, it's my grandmother dropping it to say hey and wish you a happy birthday.
It's like, Emmett, that's why, remember that time at
No,
that
Christine.
birthday, I accidentally, well, it was intentional. I dropped
Now
the,
it was. Yeah,
dropped the cake for good luck.
You literally dropped it right into my lap and said, "Did you want to eat that?" Which apparently meant good luck.
Yes, you're welcome.
The best part is that they are still in the carton when they fall, so you can still eat it. Oh, that's
Well,
nice.
yours wasn't quite like that, I guess.
No, mine literally fell into my lap, which thanks to your house also was covered in dog fur. So I basically ate a Geo cake afterwards. I mean, try to stop me from eating my birthday cake off the floor. Okay, true.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, I love listening to your podcast. I'm working while I'm working, and it's one of the things that reminds me of the day of the week in the quarantine where time is a construct. Stay safe and healthy. Your fellow Gemini Tori.
Oh, happy birthday, Tori, whenever your birthday is, first of all. And second of all, I love that idea that even if the cake doesn't fall, you like stab it.
Intentionally, yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
if I don't mess it up, something different's gonna be wrong. So I might as
Right.
well just ruin this.
I fully understand that logic, truly.
And in that case, you might as well just start doing like smash cakes on purpose. Like, you know how you give a baby a cake and like
Right.
they like smash it? You should just,
Mhm.
as an adult, you should just
I
have all
mean, don't we
cakes.
all want an excuse to do that anyway? So there you go.
I wonder if you said like out loud to the world, like, "Hey, I'm going to destroy this cake." Would they step aside and let you do it and not ruin your cake? Like,
Or would they
you
be
beat them
like,
to the
my
punch?
turn, my turn? I don't know.
Anyway,
It'd be a fun scientific experiment.
definitely based in science.
Definitely
So
scientific.
thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Tori. All right, so I have an email from Shayna, who uses she, her pronouns. Thank you for normalizing pronouns in 2020, Shayna, to use M's quote. So this email, the subject is birthday listener story, 2 Geminis and a black hole. Okay,
Uh-oh.
cool.
Sounds like when we're in a house together.
The black hole just forms between us and the rest of the world falls into it. That's
we should just
accurate.
we should just call the studio the void.
It is pretty much a void. Things do just tend to disappear in there. Okay, so this says to Christine M, Eva, and all other animate and inanimate creatures within this within this creepy podcast realm. Mama, my name is Shayna, and I'm coming at you from M's dearly beloved northern neighborhood, Toronto, Canada.
I love you.
I just finished getting caught up on the podcast, and it couldn't have come at a better time as we enter the Gemini season. I've wanted to submit this story for quite some time, but I wanted to be up to date first. It's truly more than coincidence that a birthday listener story request was announced, so let's jump into it. Oh, like a black hole? I don't know. There's quotes around jump. I'd like to tell you the story of my older sister and her childhood best friend who are both born in the month of June, one day apart from each other. That sounds familiar, Em.
Wait a minute. Okay.
They were inseparable in a love-hate kind of way. Well, that's
Wait a minute.
pretty accurate.
Hang on a second.
Is this about me?
Are you writing our biography?
We just assume everyone's talking about us. In a love-hate kind of way, or so I'm told. Before I go any further, some information on my family. My mother raised us as Wiccans, and that came with a childhood full of rituals, prayers, spells, a love for moon phases and respective energies, and a belief in ghosts. Respective energies and a belief in ghosts, residual energies from haunted souls, and a world beyond the one we know. My mother was never shy to tell this story to me and my other siblings, as she believed we were more powerful together. Parentheses, my life was just a sequel to Practical Magic, okay?
I was going to say, it sounds like a great fucking life.
It does. My older sister, we'll call her Elle, and her friend, we'll call her Esther, were celebrating their 3rd birthdays at Esther's family's townhouse. My mom, dad, and Esther's parents were all sitting around the kitchen table chatting away while Elle and Esther ran up and down a long, narrow, nearby hallway. They would run to the table and run as fast as they could to the end of the hallway where there stood a tall, wide mirror. They'd pause at the mirror each time to make a silly face before running back to the table to do it all over again. This also sounds like us, Em.
I mean, you give me a mirror, and I'm definitely going to do some weird vanity shit with it.
And we're going to stare at ourselves. Yep. On the last instance of getting back to the table, something caused the entire energy in the room to shift. The adults stopped talking, sound seemed to disappear, and Esther halted running abruptly. Each person looked to the mirror at the end of the hall where my sister Elle was heading toward in a full-on sprint. What greeted them was a black, swirling mass that was taking over the entire mirror. Everyone watched in silence as Elle got closer to the swirling mass. My mother suddenly screamed her name and told her to stop, and she did. The voice cutting through the silence seemed to bring everything back to normal because the swirling mass was gone and everyone seemed to break out of the trance that the mass had brought with it. Ew. I'm sorry. I have like
I pass.
shivers.
Pass.
Pass. The mass is still to this day described as a potential portal to somewhere unknown, and it brought with it a paralyzing effect on everyone except my sister, who was joyfully running straight for it. The idea that
she's the evil one. Look
I
out.
know, I know. I'm like, careful with her. The idea that she was the only one unaffected by the paralysis could have meant that the portal was only meant for her. Okay, this is creeping me out.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
This is horrible.
Ooh, look at, I don't know if you can see my goose cam.
Let me go back to Zoom. Oh yeah, I have it too, like big time. Oh my God. Okay. That it could have meant that the portal was only meant for her and had specifically intended to bring her in only. The thought of what would have happened if she didn't stop running still crosses my mind. Esther's family refused to believe in any kind of this stuff, and the families drifted apart pretty soon afterwards. My dad has always been skeptical and will voice when he thinks something is ridiculous, but when the story is being told, he doesn't like to be around. He'll just get quiet and leave the room. Elle doesn't remember any of this, but we all believe something dark and inexplicable could have happened that day. I thought this could be a fun addition to the mirror stories, paired with an additional healthy dose of birthday shenanigans. I am now in my late 20s and I live alone, and at this point, mirrors haven't been something I've feared, just something I've been curious about. I hope you all have amazing birthdays. I know all too well what a birthday in self-isolation feels like, and honestly, if you're a bit of a homebody, they're actually pretty great. I have tickets to your Toronto show, so I can't wait to see you guys when you come to Canada. Sincerely, Spooky Shayna. Team Wine.
Yikes.
Ooh, that was extra creepy. I don't know why. The like meant for her thing. Ooh.
I gotta be honest, I hate that story.
Ouch.
I like, that is just terrifying. Like, that it's particularly sought out a certain person in the group, or maybe that person's more like vulnerable or easily swayed to the dark side or something. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but it's creepy.
It is, because especially since they had been running toward that mirror over and over again, the fact that it appeared like right at that moment while she was running toward it. Ugh.
It was like it had been sitting there in wait this whole time.
And also it makes you wonder, like, if they hadn't noticed or like hadn't said something, like, I wonder if something really wild would have happened and we don't even know. We wouldn't have even known what, I don't know. It's just so creepy.
When I tell you I never want to be around that mirror, I mean it. So,
or that child.
Or that child. Okay, next is from Katie. And Kate, the title to this is Close to Birthday Dream Visitation.
Ooh.
So Katie says, hello, Christine, M, Eva, Gio, Junie, Lemon, and the rest of the podcast pals. We really have built up quite an ensemble.
It's getting really long.
My name is Katie and I use they, them pronouns. Oh, love a good they be. Okay.
Thank you for normalizing pronouns, ya they be.
And thank you for being a they be, ya big they be. Okay. I don't know if you typically count dream visitations in, but here's my not necessarily spooky story. Yeah, exactly. Yes, 100%. Here's my not necessarily spooky story. Just gonna knuckle and buckle right on in.
Oh, this person's winning all sorts of points with me.
Like,
right
you
now.
really are trying to just hit this pedestal at all turns. Okay.
My watch just said, "Are you still working out?" And I was like, "I was literally never working out. I don't know why you think that of me."
It's like, are you still having heart palpitations?
It's probably my heart. Yeah.
For context, my Oma or Ama? Probably Oma.
Yeah.
My stepmom, her grandkids call her Ama. So.
Oh, interesting.
For context, my Oma passed in 2007. She was the third to pass in 3 years on my mom's side, and my Opa. Okay, my Opa passed in 2005, and one of my uncles passed in 2006. Wow. Okay, so everyone's passed on. It's also not really relevant, but this is the American side of my family. They were the first grandparents I met and I was a little German baby when I
Yay.
met them. So they became Oma and Opa.
A little German baby.
God damn it. It's like our love child.
It is. It really is. And we're Oma and Opa.
Wait a minute. I cannot wait to be an Opa. Okay. Quick fast forward to 2018, and I'll spare the details, but 2013 to 2017 was a really rough period of my life, and I was in the slow process of recovering. My birthday is at the end of August. Quick shout out to fellow Virgos.
Okay.
And I had been really missing my Oma more than usual. So I was wishing that I could talk to her again and get her advice and what she thought of me and the situations that happened in the previous years. I had had dreams about her before, but it was and still is incredibly rare. One had happened the night of her funeral, and the other happened sometime in 2008. The dream that occurred the night of her funeral was the only time I've heard her talk in a dream. In the time since, I just sense her presence. Okay. I had the dream the day before, I had the dream the day before my birthday in 2018. In the dream, I was in my parents' house and I took a picture of their backyard on my cell phone. I put my cell phone away and went on about my business. Later in the dream, I pulled my cell phone back out to show someone a meme or something, but that picture was the first in my camera roll. The picture showed how my parents' backyards looked: generic patio set with a grill and the grass and the trees behind it, but my Oma was sitting in one of the chairs, where she hadn't been when I took the pictures. My Oma also had a dog named Fancy when I was a kid, who was a glorious fluffy mutt whose butt curtain is only rivaled by Geo's.
Oh.
Fancy had his head in my Oma's lap, and my Oma had been petting him in the picture. The person who I wanted to show the meme to looked me in my eyes and said, "Your Oma wanted me to tell you that she's so incredibly proud of you and that she loves you so much and she'll never stop loving you." Wow. Okay.
We got mirror stories, grandparent stories, like everything I've ever requested is coming in now.
Also, it's like offensive that they think I can just get through these stories with things
really
like that.
Rude, Eva. Let's just blame Eva.
I don't remember if there was anything after that in the dream, but I woke up crying that morning, and I actually spent the whole day incredibly emotional and joked with a friend that I needed a sign around my neck that said "fragile, handle with care."
Oh my god!
I don't blame you. Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
that.
I've had one other dream with her since. It happened somewhere around New Year's this year. Once again, I took a picture in the dream, but this time it was a selfie of me and my mom in front of the Christmas tree, and my Oma appeared in that picture. Sometimes I feel like I'm crazy, but the dreams have a feeling to them that they're more than just dreams. Just to wrap things back around, I have seen and felt other family members who have passed. Occasionally, when I'm passing a room, I'll see my Opa sitting in a chair with his cane next to it. Whoa. I've smelled the mixture of my uncle's cologne and cigarettes in moments of panic sometimes, like he's there to calm me down. I don't necessarily have any religious beliefs, but I do believe in spirits, reincarnation, that kind of jazz. And it's comforting to have that verification that love extends outside of our physical existence.
Ugh.
Why are you an exceptional writer? Okay. I hope this was coherent. I've been teary-eyed and sniffling while writing this because I've never told anyone the full story, and it still makes me incredibly emotional to this day. I do have some other stories that I can send in one day, but unfortunately they're not as wholesome. Yikes. I believe they're goose cam worthy, they said.
Yes, this one was too.
I love the podcast. I've been listening since early 2018. Hope you're all safe and healthy during this time. Much love and respect, Katie. And also, I think it's hysterical that their grandma or their Oma, is the cool Oma who's like, I'm going to show up in dreams, but only technological ones.
Only in a selfie.
Only in the selfie game.
With my dog also.
Right. Also, me and Fancy
on the patio furniture.
me and Fancy are here to totally step on your necks when it comes to these selfies.
I feel like that's such a Linda move to be like, you'll find me on the patio if you need me.
It's like, you know where to find me. Don't you worry.
I love that. I've had dreams about my Oma and Opa, and only the two of them. None of my other grandparents or step grandparents, but they do. There's a specific feeling to them that feels different sometimes.
I had a dream once that my grandpa visited me in, which was interesting because he had always, whenever he has shown himself to my mom, he's always shown up in her dreams. Mm-hmm. And my mom has sworn that it only happens when she's in wild distress or
Sure.
something. And she just really needs her dad to talk to her. And so she like thinks about him before she goes to bed. She'll have a dream where he shows up, and she swears it feels like they just caught up. Like it didn't feel
Yeah.
like he it didn't feel like it was a dream. It felt like she was really like meeting him at a coffee shop and just hanging out with him. And then she wakes up feeling 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
I was always jealous of that. So I've always been like, Grandpa, why don't you show up in my dreams? Like, what is going on? And he never would. And I would like beg for it for years. And then the only time it happened was the day I graduated college. And apparently that was like the one thing that he always wanted for his grandkids was for them to go to college, or at least to see one of them graduate. So anyway,
What did he say?
he said, "I'm proud of you, kid."
Wait, didn't that happen when I did that Akashic reading thing and I said he called you kid and you were
Yeah.
like,
And also
that
like
happened in a dream.
he died when I was 7, so I don't really remember him or him calling me kid. I have no recollection of that, but I told my mom and she said that that's what he used to call people.
Oh
I
my
know.
goodness.
But so he was like massive. He was like this like built out dude in like a black t-shirt. And I remember he gave me a big hug and he went, "I'm proud of you, kid." And that was the whole dream. I was like,
My
thanks for
God.
finally showing up. Anyway.
There you are. I had a dream about my grandma and grandpa once, or my oma and opa, but my grandpa had died and my grandmother was still alive at this point. And in the dream, he was like real and she wasn't. Like she was
Huh.
sort of like a dream character and he was like, I'm real, like I'm talking to you, but she's just here as part of your like, it was so wild. And
Weird.
they were like, he hugged me and she hugged me, but like he was actually there. It felt like he was actually a person I was talking to, and my grandma was just kind of like part of my subconscious. It was the weirdest feeling ever.
I like how he was like,
real.
yeah, she's here too. But
yeah. He's like, you made her up.
it's like he muted her and was like, you and I will talk.
And actually, that was the dream where he said she'll be joining me soon. And she died like the next year, but it was like very weird.
What?
Because it was, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like he was real and I was real. And then she was not. It was just strange. Anyway.
Wow. If I go first, I'm going to ruin your fucking dream.
I'm never going to sleep again.
I'm going to be like, don't worry. Like, if you were sad, I'm here to just make you mad every day. Like, you're never going to sleep again.
We're just going to go on adventures in my dreams.
Right.
I already take ZQuil because I can't sleep. That is not going to help me very much.
I'm going to be like, double up.
I know, that melatonin. Okay. Anyway, enough about me. Let's read a story from Kat, who uses she, her pronouns. This is an email called "A Psychic in Training Told Me I'm Psychic, ... Don't tell my mom." Okay.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. Please forgive any typos. I'm writing this at 1:20 a.m. on a work night, and my sleep pattern is all sorts of cattywampus.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that got me. I left my glasses in a different room, but I don't feel like getting them. Correct. I feel that also. So I did something that, as a good Catholic girl, I'm not supposed to. On my birthday adventure a couple years ago, 2 friends and I were in the city and decided to go see a psychic. We didn't call ahead. We just saw a little girl putting a sign outside of her building and propping the door open. She was waiting at the top of the staircase to her grandma's apartment. She stared at me the whole time, which I'm used to because I'm under 4 feet tall. I use a wheelchair, and when I do walk, I waddle. So I went back to get my reading, which bordered on generic until the woman asked me how I was dealing with the passing of my friend's mom, which she couldn't have known beforehand. Then she asked me if the presence around me is someone I know or a stranger, which was really weird because my sisters and I inherited a stereo system. My sisters and I inherited a stereo system. We were woken up at 3 a.m. on 4 random nights with the radio on full blast, like it was on 11. Ever since we got that goddamn radio, things went missing, only to pop up again a few days later. I was trying to apply for my passport, but my birth certificate was missing. I found it in my sheets 6 months later. Ooh.
Nope.
Then there was my personal favorite, my dog, who was so naughty as a puppy. I now lovingly refer to her as my cute little hell beast. Would sit and stare just over my shoulder like there was something standing behind me. Oh, Christ.
Well, no wonder you call them the hell beast.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Staring into the void, being like, hello.
Looking at the portal to hell. And we were the only ones in the house. The psychic told me that I needed to tell it to leave, or at least to calm its shit, because we won't stand for a malignant presence in my house. She also told me to keep some holy water handy. When it was my friend's turn, I waited out in the living room with the little girl while she gave my other friend a discounted reading. She said she was being trained by her grandma and hoped to be as good as her someday. That is precious, by the way.
I love that.
I know. Then she asked me if my mom or grandmom was training me. My friend and I were like, "The fuck?" The little girl said that her grandma told her to go open the door because they were getting some special visitors. Oh, sorry. That just creeped me out.
I
Oh my God.
hate that.
Oh my God. The girl.
If a psychic just came up to me and said, open the door, you have some visitors. Or I guess the little kid. That's worse. If a little kid is like, go open the door, there's some visitors. I'd be like, I will triple lock that door. Thank you.
Some special visitors. Oh God.
God.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. The little girl apologized for staring at me, but when she saw me on the steps, she could tell I have the gift too.
Good night.
She said that I probably didn't know it yet, but she could tell that I was empathic and could see things others can't. She said I probably didn't know it yet because I didn't have a teacher, but she was willing to bet I wasn't the only one in my family. I'm not going to lie, it weirded me out a little. I've always been empathetic when it comes to people, but the older I get, the more affected I get by others. My boss recently told me I have an uncanny ability to calm and reassure people. She legit asked if I was an empath. I also get deja vu a lot. Sometimes I'm convinced I dreamed of some small thing a few nights before it happens. My mom loves to tell the story about how until I was about 5, she would walk in on me holding a conversation with my grandpa, who passed away when I was 2. Oh my.
Mm-mm.
When my friends call me with engagement or baby news, I usually know the day before. I am 3 for 3 when it comes to the ring on a string thing for predicting the sex of a baby. The girl was right that I'm not the only weird one in my family. Until the day he died, my grandpa swore he could see deceased family members and was even saved by them a few times.
Oh.
My mom used to know when my sister and or I were going to have a medical emergency before it happened. She said she prayed that gift away or suppressed it because who the hell wants to know their kid is going to get hurt beforehand and not be able to do anything to prevent it? Although she conveniently forgets about that ability.
Right.
Allegedly, my grandpa's mom had some oddities too, but no one really talks about them. Maybe the girl is right and I'm gifted, or maybe I'm just weird. Either way, my friends and I now joke that I am certifiably gifted. Update on the radio ghost. We named him Steve. I told him to get his shit together or hit the road because we were tired of his shit. He calmed down with the radio, and when he stole things, it was only for a few hours. He also stopped annoying my dog. My sisters and I moved about 6 months ago, and we didn't take the radio with us. So far, no signs of Steve, but now when we can't find things, we're still in the habit of yelling, "God damn it, Steve, give that shit back, or I'm getting the house blessed." Oh my God. Thank you,
All right.
Kat. That's wild.
I'm going to just take a shot in the dark here and assume that you're gifted.
Yeah, we know what we decided already.
It just sounds like it's too genetically possible for you. It seems like you've inherited something.
And the fact that they knew you were coming before you even arrived, just listen.
Yikes.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I mean, you sound like you would use these gifts for good, but it also terrifies me that like everyone in your family's like, oh yeah, just see dead people.
It's fine. I know they're going to break their leg tomorrow. Don't worry.
Okay. My next story is from Haley, who uses she, her pronouns. Thank you for normalizing pronouns. Haley's topic is Sweet 16 seances.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. So Haley says, hi, I'm Christine, Eva, and the whole fruity arachnid crew.
Sorry, that's
The fruity arachnids.
We're such fruity arachnids.
I think we like just found our team name.
Yeah, that's a great band name, by the way.
The fruity arachnids. So you requested birthday stories, so I decided to share the story of my sweet 16, plus maybe a little bonus story. So let's throw it back to the year 2008. Oh, so pretty sure you're my age because my 16th was 2008. Yep, that means I am a 1992 baby.
And I was like, I figured it out.
Could have just finished the sentence. Okay.
That's not how we roll.
I am a Cancer, but my favorite holiday is Halloween.
Sorry.
Oh.
This is Gio's first barking appearance in the new house. I'm so sorry. And it's empty, so it echoes like hell.
Does this come out before or after Sunday?
I believe it comes out Monday.
Okay.
I checked to make sure I didn't spoil anything.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, if you haven't heard the big news, maybe go listen to this week's episode because something pretty wild happened to Christine. If you're on YouTube, you can see a very empty room she's sitting in.
The fruity arachnids have taken over Cincinnati.
Did you take Skylar with you? That's the real question.
Oh my God. Probably.
Oh.
He's probably somewhere in my boxes.
Now Skylar's going to be like the ghost of your past house who still watches over the property. Okay. I am a Cancer, but my favorite holiday is Halloween. So for several years in high school, I would wait to have my birthday party and throw a big Halloween party instead. God damn it, I wish I was your friend.
That's so brilliant.
This year we had a scavenger hunt, just an excuse to trick or treat since we're too old, quote, as some would say. But after a night filled with treats and goodies, we came back to my house and decided to use my mom's old Ouija board. Ooh, now I'm glad I was not there.
I'm jealous.
Christine still wants to be your buddy for sure. I had used it once before and my friend had totally messed it up and cheated, so I didn't have very high hopes. Everyone in the group seemed very serious, so when we got a response, we began asking questions. And the number one question on my mind was, would I get to meet my favorite band at the concert I was going to the next
Fruity
day?
Arachnids?
Wait a minute. We never met you, so I don't think this turns out well for you. Oh. Throwback to 2000s pop punk. I was obsessed with Never Shout Never. That's the band I'm trying to learn the ukulele songs from.
Oh, Blaze just is delivering something.
Oh, is it?
Who sent me champagne? Renee. Oh, sorry. Not Emga's not me. Sorry, folks. Blaze just brought like a really fucking fancy ass bottle of champagne, I guess, that was delivered by Renee. I'm sorry.
Aww.
This. Ooh, I don't want to tell you my neighborhood liquor store, but there it is.
If you recognize that logo.
Oh my God, this is fancy. Look at this bad boy.
Ooh, she's a beaut.
So nice.
What was it for? Your B-Day?
I think it's for the new house.
Oh
yeah, welcome to the neighborhood. Oh wait. Oh my God, no, it's not even Renee. It's a Renee at the party source. It's someone named Renee who works at the liquor store that I ordered booze from yesterday.
Oh, the one who... Wait, so the person who... Wait.
Okay, sorry. I'm really confused. Sorry. So remember how I said on yesterday's episode that somebody named Holly recognized me while they were delivering booze? Uh-huh. So I guess, I don't know, they must know we moved here or something.
So Holly in like on her own then sent you champagne?
I get, or the store did, because I don't know who Renee is, but...
Well, I'm sure Holly, who works there, said, my favorite podcaster now lives in this location. So
shout out to the party source. This is like all growing up, my parents would always shop there, and now I'm like shopping there. It's very weird. Anyway, I'm so sorry for that interruption.
Although Holly, like this is like a once in a lifetime because Holly sent you mail that is now being found like on the show. Like
that's true. Well, this is weird. Unless this may have been from Renee and they just wrote the gift note. I don't know. I'll ask. I'll figure it out.
I'm sure you'll run into Holly again. I'm sure you'll be ordering Drizzly more. So.
I'm sure that I'll be ordering more booze. Yeah. I'm sorry to just totally derail the conversation.
No, you're good. Basically, Haley was wondering if they were going to meet Christopher Drew, by the way, who is the artist from Never Shout Never.
I did not know that.
I was obsessed with Never Shout Never in college. I loved them so much. Okay. The spirit said I would, and spoiler, I did.
No.
So Never Shout Never. Okay, back to the story. We came in contact with a spirit whom we asked many questions. Who are you? When were you born? How did you die? Etc. My friends and I were all on the dance team in high school, and as we learned more about the spirit, we found out that she had gone to the same high school and was on the same dance team as us about 10 years prior, but had died. I totally thought one of my friends was messing around again, but we had a full uninterrupted conversation with the spirit, and it was undeniably a spirit. I never experienced anything like that. The session ended with my dad walking up the back window next to where we were sitting in the pitch black and scaring us.
Mm-hmm, that's a very dad move, huh?
Yeah, it literally says in parentheses, such a dad thing.
Oh, Em and I just can't read ahead. We just decide to make our own statements.
The next week we asked our team coach, and she confirmed the name and death of a former dance team member, just like the Ouija board had said. I could not believe it. I did some Googling and found out that she had been in a car accident, and so many of the little details she had said were true. Her name, graduation, year, everything.
Wow.
To this day, my friends swear they didn't cheat, and it was, in fact, real.
Ooh.
Yikes. Bonus story, aka my astral projection story. A few months ago, my best friend was getting married in a city a few hours away. My boyfriend and I left that Friday and stayed overnight in a hotel the night before the wedding. And that night, I had a dream, quote, dream. I was back in my bedroom at my house. We sleep in the master bedroom, which has windows looking out over the roof of the family home on the main floor. And in my dream, there was a huge storm with high winds. I was awake in bed in my dream, looking out those windows, seeing the trees sway and worrying that one of them would fall on the house. I wasn't startled awake, uh, or I was startled awake back in my bed in the hotel. The dream was so vivid as if I was there. The next morning, myself and the other bridesmaids were getting our hair and makeup done when my boyfriend came into the room we were getting ready in and showed me a picture of our neighbor sent him of a tree that had fallen on the house exactly where I was in my dream.
Oh,
I was in shock. I didn't even look at the weather before we left and had no idea there would be a storm.
what the hell?
Yikes. My whole life, I have had premonitions, mostly knowing when someone was close to passing away, like my great grandma, great great aunt, grandma, and grandpa. But I think this was the first time I had astral projected. I also recently had a lucid dream for the first time a few months ago, but that's another story. Hopefully, this is a good length. I love the long stories and hate when people apologize for their stories being long because more times than not, I wish they were longer. Well, anyway, have a wonderful day out there, you boozers and shakers. Haley.
Wow. Can I just now go ahead and say I love dream stories, and I know we had like two now. Do you guys have astral projection stories? Because I have some from my family. So if you guys send in your astral projection stories, I can share one of mine.
All right, that's the theme.
Yeah, I'm back in my groove, baby.
If it wasn't going to be that, then it would have just been like more birthday stories.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yes, thank you, Haley, for your story.
Aw.
Your turn.
Oh, right. I'm like, anyway, what's next? I'm like waiting for you to entertain me.
Anyway, how you doing? Sing, monkey, sing. Dance, monkey, dance.
Oh, listen, give us enough seconds and we'll both start talking about ourselves. So I just assumed. Okay, so I have one story. Who is that from? Sorry.
That is from Haley.
So Haley, I'm sorry, this one's pretty short, it looks like, but I'm sure it's lovely. This is from Clem. He's a she, her pronouns. And the subject is birthday wishes from beyond the grave. Ooh. Okay. It says, "Hi everyone, and that's why I drink. My story is about the most amazing person to ever have come into my life, my mom."
Me. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Second
I'm sure
pass,
you're second
fine.
place. I'm sure you're tied for first.
It's okay.
She was the third oldest in a family of 12 kids and was the rock of our whole family. Coming from such a large family, my mom became kind of a second mother to her younger siblings, as tends to happen. My youngest aunt, who is only 10 years older than I am, was considered my mom's first daughter, and she used to joke that she was her daughter until I came along. In September of 2011, my mom passed away from a sudden stroke. Oh no, I'm sorry. Which obviously was a hard hit for our family. Forward to April of 2012, we were out celebrating my youngest aunt's birthday at a pizza place with our family, and I noticed my aunts whispering back and forth to each other and staring at me. I finally asked what's going on. My aunt was like, "Well, I got a missed call today while I was in the shower." My initial response was like, "Big deal." Then she told me the call was from my mom's phone. Okay, woof. I told her that isn't possible. We shut off the line to the phone back in October of 2011, and whenever you try to call said number, all you get is white noise. Sure as shit, my aunt showed me the missed incoming call on her phone with the current date, which was my aunt's birthday, and my mom's name and phone number. Whenever I tell people the story, they all say, well, maybe it was a butt dial, but my mom's flip phone had been sitting in the bottom of my dresser, had been sitting in my bottom dresser uncharged since October 2011. Other people say, well, maybe whoever has the number now accidentally called my aunt, but what are the chances of a complete stranger having my mom's old number and my aunt's phone number? To this date, whenever it is any of our birthdays, we all just kind of have a chuckle and ask if mom called. Maybe kind of morbid, but my mom would have found the humor in the joke. Oh, thanks, Clem. That's such a crazy story to have the call happen on your birthday.
I feel like we've gotten some stories like that before where it's like a big day for someone and then someone that mattered that passed like called them or like a letter got sent to them or like some weird impossible thing happens.
It's like a coincidence, but like what are the odds that it's a coincidence are so much wilder than if it were actually like a meaningful experience because like somebody would have had to get the new phone number, happened to misdial on that person's birthday. I mean, it's just
Right.
like so crazy. Oh, wow. Well, that's
Yikes.
really cool. So
Yeah.
I think it's your mom.
Oh, it's for sure your mom.
Mhm.
That's been decided already.
Duh.
Whether or not you wanted it to be.
That's our call.
So I think this is our last one.
Yes. Is this the bonus?
This is the bonus one.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with birthdays, apparently. This is from Melissa. This apparently is not Melissa's real name. So we're getting a fun little pseudonym.
Anonymous, yeah.
Anon, who goes by she, her pronouns. So thank you.
Okay, we're cracking the case one step at a time.
We have broken it down to like kind of almost 50%. Really 33% if we're including non-binaries. So we're about a third way into this case.
Got it.
Okay. Where are we? Okay, the subject line. Sorry. I definitely lost track of who I was and where I was. Okay.
Me too.
Okay, so Melissa, she, her pronouns, and the subject line is I worked for the Church of Scientology. Okay.
Oh,
great.
Well, Eva's been doing Scientology bonuses lately. I'm into it.
I'm feeling it. I like very okay. Sorry, I'm getting worked
what
up.
The hell?
So I just finished the last season of Leah Remini's Church of Scientology. So like I saw this and like my heart got like kind of swollen. I was like, okay. Anyway, I'm very excited about this. And it's kind of long. Yay. Okay. Hey, podcast crew and pups.
Aww,
so I guess Juniper is not
I call him a pup all the time. I call them my dogs because it's easier. So
perfect. So just wanted to start this off by saying thank you for all that you do. I absolutely love the podcast and hope to go to a show one day. #Team Wine. But I love a good milkshake. Thank you. With that being said, I know Christine has a fascination with Scientology, so I thought I would share.
Now.
So do I. So I thought I would share my long but detailed story of my couple experiences with the cult.
Oh, yeah.
Both times my interactions with Scientology were through a program called Narconon.
Oh,
and this is a drug and alcohol rehab center that is based off of L. Ron Hubbard's work and is closely affiliated with the church. When I was 19, oh my goodness.
Hey.
He's screaming for help. He's like, take me back to LA.
Sorry about that. I will take this moment to say Renee did send me that wine. So,
great.
Sorry. I feel like I took her credit away. All right, go ahead.
When I was 19, my family sent me this program in California. I was a heroin addict and I had been to roughly 6 other rehab centers. Although they were not aware it was based off Scientology at the time. So I guess this was just like the 7th rehab center.
They're trying to be sneaky.
This program was not afraid to say it was based on Scientology once you got there, but to get you in the door, they always tried to keep it a secret. And I struggled through this program and got in a ton of trouble. I had roughly 20 ethics cycles when you get in. This is apparently when you get in trouble and they make you do manual labor. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Okay, first of all, I would have 20 ethics cycles as well.
I think I'd have more.
And the program took me 6 months to complete. I will say this so it makes sense later down the road. They have something called a sauna program. And although some people believe it is quite dangerous, which I imagine it could be, for me it was extremely beneficial to get my mind and body back to a place that felt good again after being an addict for 5 years. With that being said, I graduated, left the program, and relapsed fucking hard, spent the next 3 years in and out of jail and using. Fast forward to 22, and I'm facing some crazy drug charges and am given the option to go to rehab again. Don't ask me why, but I called the Narconon and plan to go back to the Scientology-based program because I remembered how great the New Life Detox, or sauna, made me feel. I get to the program and check in and fall in love with the man who checked me in, and he was the most beautiful person I'd ever seen.
That's one way to get you into a cult.
I mean, they definitely did it right. They just put the handsome man right there.
It'll work on me.
I completed my program and chose to stay there as an intern, and I knew there was no way I could go back home and stay sober. And they gave interns free room and board and food in exchange to work 12 to 16 hours a day every day for 6 months without a single day off. And no, they do not pay you.
What?
That is some culty shit. You aren't allowed to date during this time either, so I'm just hardcore crushing on my future husband.
Oh.
I finally become a staff member. He asks me out on a date. I say yes. And we didn't tell the staff at Narconon because we like to keep our relationships personal. And he ends up spending the night at my house that same week. And of course, they find out. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I need to know how they found out. That's so fucked up.
Melissa, this is like the most dramatic story
Completely.
I've ever. This is the wildest ride. Okay.
You should have like a bonus season on Leah Remini's show. I'm like so curious about.
Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Where are we? Hang on. They found out. Okay. Sorry. I like just got so enticed. I get pulled into the CEO's office where she screams at me and calls me a slut. Classic shaming.
Classic.
Right? Proceeds to ask me if I even know him or like him, and I'm like, yeah, no shit, lady. They already had a vendetta against me because I wasn't a Scientologist, and they try to take ex-addicts with nothing and give them internships, which immediately puts them onto the bridge to Scientology. So they made me pack a bag and told me I had to go to their sister center a few states over and do a major ethics cycle.
Oh God.
And then I could come back. So I do it, and surprise, surprise, it's absolute fucking torture. And they made this cycle last months, working 18-hour days, and writing handwritten statements of wrongdoings that they saved later and put in your folder, and manual labor. No phone and no privileges, only to be told I am never going back. So they like basically trapped Melissa here
and took
her phone. God. You're not going anywhere. Also making her like write like her personal list of like dirty secrets and like every
that's how they use that against you later. Oh my, they have like blackmail. Oof.
So at this point, I'm a year clean and I'm like, fuck this, and I'm planning my escape, but I can't even use a phone to speak to my family without someone listening. Oh my God. And can't speak to her family without someone listening. I asked them if I could go pack up my apartment, and they said they would have someone do it for me, which really upset me, having all these people go through all my personal stuff, not to mention the most sentimental item that I had asked specifically for never made it back. Eventually, I snapped. I didn't know what was going on with my future, and I was tired of the mind games. They made up rumors that I was sleeping with people to try and tell my future husband that I was basically just some horny chick and didn't even like him. So I guess get him away from her. So I cussed out a couple of my coworkers and booked my flight. Side note, they hadn't paid me in 3 months, and even though I lost my privileges, I was supposed to get paid.
Fuck.
This is when the Leah Remini special came out, so the center was struggling because Leah Remini was like calling everyone out.
Yeah, bad image, bad PR.
I made it back home safely, and even though they told me I would fail, I have been sober since, coming up on 4 years this October, and my future husband reached out to me a month after I left, and we moved in together and have been together since. Sorry this is so long. I've been meaning to write it all out for a while. Love you guys, and thank you, Eva, for reading this hot mess of a story. Holy shit.
I thought that was being facetious. You're actually together still?
Nope. They're like straight up together.
This is the
first of all
shit.
Okay, first of all, you got yourself your man. 1.
Yep.
2, your hot man. 4, you are like, or 2, you're 4 years clean now. Like
that's incredible, by the way.
Brava. Also, you escaped a cult. Like,
what
holy
the F?
Can you write a book?
This is the book. This is the beginning of the book.
Pretty sure I just read like the intro.
Yeah, the prelude. What's it called? The prequel? No. What is wrong with me? The note by the author. Whatever. This was really crazy, dude.
Anyway, Melissa / someone in 1/3 of the demographics of the universe. I don't know who you are. We will crack the case, and then we won't tell anyone either. But I just want to give you a big fat hug.
Seriously, this is a crazy tale. Well, it sounds like you really came out on the complete other side, on the up and up. So I'm very, very happy for you.
And then you found our podcast. So that's like the highest achievement ever.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, you fell a little bit there, but I guess maybe you're succeeding. Oh, boy.
Well, thank you everyone who sent in your stories. If you would like to be a part of next month's listeners episode, you can again submit your stories to and that's why I drink at gmail.com. Please write listener story in the subject line so that way it's easy for Eva to find. Maybe if there's a theme, write the theme in there.
The theme is astral projecting.
Okay. So write
Also,
listeners episode.
You can go to that'swhydrink.com and there's this like a form you can fill out if you aren't comfortable using your email.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's it. And come to our show on June 5th if you can. It's from home, so no travel
no
needed.
excuses.
No excuses if
also,
you have what?
Happy birthday.
Aw, happy birthday.
You looked sad for a second.
Next time we chat, I'm gonna be 28.
Ooh, so old.
I am like one of those people who hate aging. So like
in your 20s.
I really just like I'm one of those people where like society's put so much pressure on us to like have hit these milestones.
Hit a certain milestone, yeah.
And last night I was literally wearing this tie-dye shirt. I was wearing my Back to the Future hat. I was wearing my fish flops. And I was playing with my Pokemon cards and I was like, I'm like close to 30. What the fuck is wrong?
No, you're winning at life. Don't worry about it. Truly.
Well, anyway, thank you everyone who came to, listen to this, and thank you for sending your stories, and we'll see you next month for another episode.
Bye. See you in July.
And
that's
why
we
celebrate our birthdays.
Happy birthday, Geminis.